Assuming we wipe out the lines, the most hypnotizing star I acknowledge is the star that could be stunning in our sky. It is this one, Betelgeuse or Scarab. It's a red monster star, and on the slim chance that you put it where the sun is, it would extend to the orbit of Jupiter. It's monstrous, extremely flighty, and going to detonate. However, it's not commonly as clear as it seems in the universe. These legendary occasions, like the most unimaginably dreaded gigantic starbursts, could profoundly affect all that we see and don't see. Creepy Crawly Juice has been viewed as a sign, a red giant star that is several times more massive than our sun. Brian Cox and other space experts believe it could go supernova at any moment. People are generally terrified of what will happen, especially since the James Webb Space Telescope is taking stunning photos of the star. When exactly will Betelgeuse become a supernova, and how colossal of an impact will it have on Earth? Let us figure out this star. In the constellation Orion, shining so brightly that even ancient civilizations noticed it, the famous star Betelgeuse is situated on the eastern shoulder of the constellation. It is the second largest star in that formation. Its name comes from this feature, the beast's shoulder. It is possibly one of the brightest stars in the night sky. On top of being exceptionally bright, the star is also an odd shade of red, which, as we will see, signifies trouble. We've been aware of Betelgeuse for a long time. A Greek analyst named Timoi also observed it for a while. Around that time, the primary thing people noted about stars was their color. Timoi said that Betelgeuse was orange. Scientists have been studying the star much more closely in recent years and now have a good idea of what makes it so unusually bright. One of these properties is that the star's brightness fluctuates significantly, with an apparent magnitude of 0.6. Betelgeuse is a variable star, meaning its brightness changes over time. However, scientists recently discovered new data about the star. In 2019, researchers noticed for the first time that Betelgeuse was acting strangely. Although it didn't completely stop shining, it became significantly less bright, glowing at a magnitude of around 1.6. Scientists quickly began investigating why they were seeing the 10th brightest star in the sky behave in such an extraordinary manner. Experts felt compelled to make an alarming statement based on their research, which revealed unusual signs the star had recently exhibited. Experts claim that Betelgeuse could go supernova at any moment. Brian Cox, a prominent scientist who made this incredibly dangerous statement, is a professor of particle physics at the University of Manchester School of Physics and Astronomy. You shouldn't dismiss his assertion as a joke. He also hosts a science show, writes popular science books, and is the Royal Society Professor for Public Engagement with Science. Brian Cox says that Betelgeuse seems to be a ticking delayed bomb because it could go off without warning. To make matters more concerning, the James Webb Space Telescope has provided a significant amount of evidence to support this claim. But what unusual signs has Betelgeuse shown to cause so much concern in the field of astronomy? With new information about Betelgeuse, the star has been identified as a supernova candidate. However, scientists are still uncertain when it will explode. The fact that Betelgeuse is several times the mass of the Sun is one reason for this classification. A star must be several times the Sun's mass to be considered a supernova candidate. Things get even more fascinating, however, because researchers have used various instruments, such as the James Webb Space Telescope and the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, to examine what's happening in space around it. What they found is still unclear. Betelgeuse was born on August 31 millions of years ago. Around that time, it reportedly exhibited strange signs that made its future uncertain. What did they discover? They detected unusual light waves coming from the star, or above Betelgeuse, which is highly unusual. However, that wasn't the only thing experts noticed about the star. This leads us to the possibility that Betelgeuse is a star whose brightness fluctuates periodically. It was said that Betelgeuse dimmed at regular intervals and had dark spots, much like our Sun does today. However, circumstances have changed. Its fluctuations from bright to dim now occur twice as quickly as they used to, which is another strange sign. In February 2021, scientists discovered that the star's dimming cycle had reached a brightness band of +1.61. This was shortly after the Great Dimming event. Remember how the star seemed to dim in an unusual way in 2019? That's because it is known as the Great Dimming. We could see that the Great Dimming marked the beginning of Betelgeuse's odd behavior, which made a significant number of people worried that Betelgeuse was about to explode. The range of dimming was 1.2 between 2019 and 2020, and the lowest level of dimming ever recorded was in 2011. So, scientists were confident that Betelgeuse would go supernova in the next 100,000 years due to the remarkable dimming. However, they quickly changed their minds when they saw what happened next. Betelgeuse grew brighter again after the Great Dimming, becoming something even more striking. Astrophysicist Andrea Dupree at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics says that the star is now 150% brighter than normal, making it the seventh brightest star in the sky right now. Scientists were alarmed when they observed a red glow in the southern hemisphere. Even today, the situation continues to get more interesting because this has led to other theories about what caused the Great Dimming. First, it's important to note that not all stars have the red glow of bug juice. The red glow of bug juice indicates that it is a red supergiant star, which is the final stage of a star's life. The red glow, however, is caused by a surface temperature of around 3,500 Kelvin, which is significantly cooler than the Sun's outer layer, which is 5,500 Kelvin. Since bug juice is cooler than our Sun, it emits less energy per unit of surface area, despite being significantly larger and nearing the end of its life. Now we need to examine what the Great Dimming suggests. Brian Cox asks, does it mean bug juice will go supernova? The fact that bug juice is a red supergiant star already indicates that it is nearing the end of its life as a star. A dying star also tends to dim over time, which is something scientists observe. All things considered, Betelgeuse's recent odd behavior has made scientists even more concerned. Many telescopes are presently zeroing in on the extraordinary dimming of Betelgeuse. Still, things get truly intriguing since scientists do not yet have a significant understanding of Betelgeuse. Researchers are now utilizing the most state-of-the-art instruments to closely monitor the fascinating phenomena occurring around Betelgeuse. The James Webb Space Telescope has been one of the best tools scientists have utilized so far. Starting in 2021, the James Webb Space Telescope has been in space, helping researchers gather significant data about Betelgeuse. The new photos of Betelgeuse's surprising dimming, taken by this telescope, have shown that the event caused a surface mass ejection. Based on new research, we now know that this mass ejection was around 400 billion times greater than a typical coronal mass ejection. The James Webb Space Telescope can also observe things that our eyes cannot see, such as light waves and frequencies. As a result, experts are excited about what the telescope will discover. Scientists have seen dust clouds forming on the star's surface that appear like leaves in space. This observation doesn't entirely make sense, considering that Betelgeuse is expected to eventually die. Despite this, researchers are still observing it because they do not know when it will go supernova. Scientists believe that Betelgeuse is several times larger than the Sun and that the bright red star will shine for the next 10 years. However, if we look at the many strange things happening with the star, it's difficult to say if this estimate will still hold after the recent dramatic dimming. Experts don't think Betelgeuse will explode anytime soon, but if it does, it will be the first supernova observed by humans since Johannes Kepler witnessed one in 1604. Researchers also do not want this event to occur too soon, as they are still closely monitoring the star's exceptional properties. Regardless of the fact that scientists are confident Betelgeuse will go supernova, the exact timing of this event remains a mystery. If we examine the universe, Betelgeuse is possibly one of the most fascinating and impressive stars in our sky. This red giant, if placed where the Sun is, would extend out to Jupiter's orbit. This certainly enormous, unstable star is on the brink of a significant transformation. However, the universe doesn't operate in clear-cut terms, and events like the feared starburst could drastically change our understanding of celestial objects. Betelgeuse has shown captivating signs. It is a red giant star several times the size of our Sun. Astronomers, including figures like Brian Cox, believe it could go supernova at any moment. The concern lies in the consequences of this event, particularly since the James Webb Space Telescope has captured troubling images of the star. So, When exactly will Betelgeuse go supernova, and what impact will it have on Earth? The possibility of Betelgeuse exploding into a supernova has captivated astronomers for decades. However, the latest advancements in space observation have brought the star into even sharper focus. Continuous monitoring and analysis have revealed many characteristics that make this red giant a prime candidate for an imminent supernova. Scientists are now deeply concerned not only because of the star's massive size but also due to its increasingly unusual behavior. The Great Dimming event of 2019, for instance, raised significant alarm. It marked a sudden and dramatic drop in brightness, something never before observed in such a prominent star. Initially, researchers struggled to understand the cause of this dimming, and it didn't help that the behavior was so unexpected from such a stable and well-known celestial body. Some speculated this might be a sign that Betelgeuse was on the verge of exploding into a supernova. Others considered alternative explanations, such as the dimming being caused by a massive cloud of gas and dust blocking its light or an internal structural change temporarily reducing its luminosity. After this dimming event, the star's sudden increase in brightness over the following months only deepened the mystery. The fact that Betelgeuse's brightness fluctuates so dramatically suggests that it may be undergoing an unstable phase of its life. It might be experiencing what's known as a pulsation phase, during which its outer layers expand and contract in cycles, releasing bursts of energy. While this behavior is typical for red supergiants, Betelgeuse's rapid fluctuations are unlike anything seen in a star of its size and type. The cause of these inconsistencies remains unclear, but they have undoubtedly drawn attention to the star. In addition to these unusual light patterns, astronomers have observed extraordinary features on the star's surface, such as the aforementioned dust clouds that resemble leaves in space. These structures indicate a complex and turbulent environment surrounding the star. The proximity of these clouds to the star's outer layers is alarming, suggesting they may be formed by gas outflows due to internal instability or the star shedding its outer envelope in preparation for a violent transformation. This type of mass ejection could be a precursor to a supernova, but it is not yet clear whether Betelgeuse is shedding enough material to trigger such a catastrophic event. Another key factor in the ongoing study of Betelgeuse is its mass. As previously mentioned, Betelgeuse is several times more massive than the Sun, placing it firmly in the category of stars that end their lives in supernovae. Stars of this size typically undergo a series of dramatic changes in their final years, experiencing massive internal shifts before their core collapses and triggers a colossal explosion. Given its size and the instability currently being observed, it is believed that Betelgeuse could explode within the next 100,000 years. However, as we've seen, astronomical events like these can occur much sooner, or later, than predicted. If Betelgeuse does go supernova, it will be one of the most significant cosmic events observed within human reach. A supernova explosion can release energy equivalent to the Sun's output over its entire lifespan, and can momentarily outshine an entire galaxy. If Betelgeuse were to go supernova, it would be visible to the naked eye, even during the daytime, and could be observed from Earth for weeks or months. Such an event would undoubtedly capture the attention of astronomers and stargazers alike, but it could also have more serious implications for Earth. Despite its extreme distance from us, around 640 light-years, a supernova of Betelgeuse's magnitude could still affect our planet. While the explosion wouldn't be close enough to cause significant physical damage, the radiation it emits could pose a threat to Earth's atmosphere, especially if the blast releases large amounts of high-energy gamma rays or X-rays. This type of radiation could potentially damage the ozone layer, leading to a temporary increase in ultraviolet radiation reaching Earth's surface. This could adversely affect life, particularly plant and animal species that rely on the protection the ozone layer provides.